Hi Aquarius, here is a general look at your solar chart for February, but also with a big chunk of January thrown in. You're probably watching this around about mid-January, so you'll know that maybe a lot was going on in a private little bubble, maybe behind the scenes some of the time, or maybe you had to, that what was on the middle of your mental table was behind the scenes. So that private bubble could have been with, a few select others, or a special other, or two, or three, or maybe just one significant other. But there would have been things going on behind the scenes, and you playing a supportive role, perhaps a little bit more. And that was up until January the 20th. And then from January the 20th to February the 19th, that's going to be a powerful time for you because the sun is in your sign, as it is at the same time every year. And that's a great time for you to sit back, have a review, take stock, look back over the year, and really be a bit more self-indulgent, make a space to do that within, and perhaps clear a few things up for yourself. And also at that time with the sun in your sign, the way should just be clearer for you to do the sorts of things you like to do for yourself, but you need help from where the other planets are as well. So I'll speak about those in a minute, but just as far as the sun is concerned, then from February the 19th onwards, the sun goes into your basic stuff sector. So that's basic stuff like money, property, space, nutrition, health. It's about basic stuff. It's about possessions. So key themes will be around that sort of stuff, and it might be your stuff, it might be somebody else's stuff. But and you may find that health matters, yours or another, need attention. But also you might be looking into therapies, remedies for sort of like prevention, really, rather than attention. And casting around maybe for ways to reorganize the piggy bank, really. Maybe in the future, just looking at and sort of seeing what's out there, and maybe having conversations about that with people. In fact, probably you'll be having conversations about things financial and property, and maybe correspondence, paperwork centered around that sort of thing from February the 6th onwards. Up until the 19th, Mercury has been working from deeper levels, maybe you feeling a little bit touchier or more emotional sometimes, or just kind of zoning out and going into your own private mental world, which is kind of something that you can do at the drop of a hat anyway, Aquarius. And maybe you listening to your inner intuition, your dreams, your inner guidance more, which would be a good thing to be doing at this time up until the 19th. And then from the 19th to the 6th, there your mind gets very busy, and you'll be socializing more, toing and froing, maybe academic work, or more paper work, more connecting with people, more corresponding, and getting your head around things, and developing yourself through speaking, writing, and any other form of self-expression. And then from February the 6th, conversations and ideas in your head will be centered around this very sort of materialistic area that I was talking about. From the 9th to February the 2nd, Venus is in a background area. That could be you hanging out with just a special person or special people, and you being supportive there, but also you feeling supported, and you feeling that the emotional support is there, but also listening to that intuition, listening to that gut knowing, maybe about a relationship, or about something that's going on behind the scenes, in your sort of private area. Maybe it's a little team, or maybe it's just a dynamic duo there, or maybe not so dynamic, maybe you're just chilling with somebody, but it's a time to kind of connect in a sort of quiet, low-key sort of a way, maybe not all singing or dancing, beating the drum, but a sort of a contentment coming in there, possibly. Also, another thing about it is that you're connecting with people who have maybe a common cause or interest, special interest altogether, and you feel kind of like, you're at home, kindred spirits, and this is definitely a time to enjoy that connection, appreciate that connection, but also to appreciate yourself and to nurture yourself into nice, beautiful, healing things for yourself. And then Venus finally comes into your sign from the 2nd of February, and then you are more outgoing. You start to feel that you are, you can put yourself out there and actually be appreciated, because in fact, having Venus sort of channeling through you, the planet of beauty, you can feel more appreciated by others, you can feel more attractive, you can feel more persuasive. So if you have to apply for something, or if you have to recommend something or package something, then this is a good time to do it. You can mix and mingle more successfully. You can be just more, come across as more appealing to others. So use that as you will. But and definitely play up on the energy. I mean, get something nice for yourself. Especially when Venus moves as well into the next sector on the 26th, when this will be a time when she will create more ease, maybe in the area of finances or related to property. Maybe you're getting a helping hand there, or maybe you're pooling in some way with another, or things are eased materially. It's not money necessarily, it can be things, it can be resources, and it can be a venue even, or whatever it is. It's a good time to acquire stuff, to preserve it, to appreciate it, and maybe you enroll in something, or get yourself a ticket for somewhere that you really somewhere that you really appreciate and love and enjoy and is entertaining, because the Venusian energy is like that. Also, on another level, this is an excellent time for you to use more or appreciate, in fact, value is a word I want to use here, more of your innate leanings, your gifts, your talents, and go for ways that you can externalize those in a way which is going to allow you to do what you love to do a little bit more, but maybe get some cash back for it as well. And so with Venus here, it allows for any of that type of activity, but also teamwork is well favored, and any one-to-one work, any negotiation type work is also tends to be well favored. So Venus here means that you could have somebody stroking your ego, maybe a fatter piggy bank, or indeed, because it's an area that's indirectly related to health, diet, you could also have better health, so or all three. And Venus stays there on into March. I should have said that Mercury also is going to stay in the area, the financial area, the property related area, health related, until well on into April as well. Mars, which stirs up and activates wherever he goes, is going to be in your sign until the 2nd. So he's been in your sign for a while now, February the 2nd, a while now, and that means that you might have been really going for it over the festive period, perhaps, and being very clear and decisive about things, things just springing into sharp relief, whereas before maybe you felt a bit held back. didn't quite know what to do, and here you know what to do because events accelerate. There's more hustle and bustle around you. You've got to keep up with the pace with what's unfolding, and it's Mars's style not to be a modest little wallflower, but to kind of fling yourself into activities and just stand up and ask somebody to dance, basically, because he likes to lead from the front. Or indeed he can drive from the back, but in this position he likes to lead from the front. So Mars energy channeling through you again, barreling through you. It's about initiating good new beginnings. You know, if you try to sit on that energy and stop and block and cork that energy, it can back up in your system and make you frustrated, irritable, you know, a bit snappy. So it's best to just allow that barreling torrent to flow through you. But you know, within the borderlines, so harness the energy. You know, hydroelectric power. That's always a good thing, and allow it to sort of run your engines. And you can be far more dynamic and physically active during this time. Just watch your step. Don't trip over your own shoelaces, because Mars can be accident prone, because it's very impatient energy. But you can get a huge amount done. And you can get plunged into situations because there's so much hustle and bustle going on around you. It's just a pace of things going on around you. You just, you know, almost get plunged into situations rather than in an orderly fashion step daintily into them. You know, you just got to be there, and also you probably be up for that, really, because Mars likes to have his head and do stuff, make decisions, accomplish things, get balls rolling, you know, and so on. So there can be this feeling of you being out in front, really, and maybe another kind of looking to you because you're being more proactive. And just be careful, though, not to overdo things, because that could bring out Mars's accidental side or inflammatory side, because he rules inflammations and fevers as well. And then from the 2nd of February, Mars is demanding you put effort into and decisiveness into getting organized on basic material levels. So he's going to join into the area where Mercury is going to be, and also at that time where the Sun is going to be. And you're just thinking about those sorts of things, your security over the short or the long term, the piggy bank, the space, buying, selling, renting, leasing, anything to do with how to make the wheels that you're putting out an energy, you're putting out an effort, and you want that wheel to sort of turn to deliver back to you what you feel you should be entitled to. But maybe looking around at ways, maybe feathering your nest for the future, whatever it's about for you. But again, don't overreach or make snap decisions, because Mars, you can be hasty. But definitely this is a time to make improvements or aim to make improvements in that money area, and in the area of health and also general diet as well. Your physical strength could be stretched at times as you strive to get things how you want them to be. So just remember that Mars doesn't have an off button, really. You know, it's either full on or burnout. So just to be aware of that. Now, when I looked at the first major aspect for 2013 for us all, it turned out to be a really encouraging, in fact, more than that, stronger than that, a really stunningly positive one. It's an aspect between Mars and Jupiter, an aspect of growth. Mars is in your sign, Aquarius, and Jupiter's in Gemini, so two air signs. So it's an aspect of growing understanding, but also of unfoldment and of great promise and potential over the year ahead, particularly with this new young light of Aquarius, now just the first little breath of that light dawning on our planet, now that we've finished with the old age at the after the 21st of December. So yeah, it's all to play for. And you Aquarians, of course, or rather the vibration which you were imprinted with when you came into this physical dimension is very much a key feature. So the slower moving outer planets, I will just give the headline for those. If you want to know which part of your sign they may be affecting during this forecast period, just have a look at my website. But basically until June, Jupiter is this planet of abundance or potential abundance and expansion, will be very positively influencing your sun sign, and that you can just feel more appreciated for who you are, the efforts that you're making, your abilities, your skills, not necessarily hard-working ones, but more on a lighter, spontaneous side of things. And it's a kind of self-indulgent energy at times, or maybe you're underpinning other people's self-indulgence, other people's relaxation, other people's ability to go off and pursue what they like to do, their entertainments. But there's likely to be more entertaining experiences around for you. And some of you could be having more contact with children and animals during this time as well. But it's definitely a very creative energy and speculative energy, and you could feel quite enterprising with that energy. Saturn is at the top of your chart now in Scorpio, and there will be many hits from Saturn throughout the year towards your sun sign Aquarius, depending on where your sun is in the sign, whether it's early, middle or late Aquarius. So particularly you early Aquarians would have been feeling this of late, and you can find that on my website actually, the dates for that. But you should be aware that this is a time to sort of think more seriously about where you want to go from here, life direction, career, professional things, but also just general goals and targets that you really want to get to from here on the path that you're on the journey of life. So you will be slowly over this long transit, a 2-year transit, restructuring your world, your outer world, but also maybe restructuring things on your basic domestic level as well. If you look back, if you're old enough, you look back nearly 29-30 years, you'll see what happened the last time Saturn was in this position and what it felt like and what happened next. It can be quite an eye-opener. Uranus, your ruling planet, excuse me, is bestowing great opportunities to open your mind to new concepts, new cultures, new ways of being and thinking, and you're going to be learning stuff that you had no idea was out there. So yes, watch this space, or rather watch space. I mean, did you know about the seeds that they're shooting up in rockets into space? And when they've been out there, when they come back and they plant them, they're 400 times more effective than they were before they were sent out there. And the Chinese have been conducting these experiments, but you can read up on that. There you go, you scientists. Have a look at that. Now, Neptune Neptune is in a position where you're slowly changing your values about what is most important to you in this world in a material sense. And there can be blurred boundaries around that sometimes, so you need to get clarity there. And then finally, the life-changing force of Pluto is regenerating you from deep levels, and you're ditching some ingrained patterns, some old belief systems, letting go of an old way and gradually rebirthing. And that is going on for a long, long time, many, many years, but this is a subtle gear shift within you. And that's it for this sector of 2013. And if you know your rising sign and your moon sign, you can find those somewhere here and see if they fit for you. And I wish you a juicy and fruitful 2013, and I'll see you the next time.